Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the noise in amplitude modulation. In previous lecture, we have studied about the white noise and its spectrum. In white noise, you can see the the power spectral density of white noise is n naught by 2 from minus infinity to infinity. This is the frequency axis actually. It is uniform lies on all frequency component. When it pass through a band pass filter from minus B to plus B, because we know that in conventional AM the total bandwidth of the signal is 2 FM, or we can say 2V. So generally in receivers we have used a band pass filter at the input side. When noise pass through this band pass filter, it becomes like this. It takes the shape of band pass filter and the range become from minus B to B. The noise power calculated by this formula, the range integration with the limit of minus B to B, n naught by 2 df. So by using this formula we can calculate the the power of the noise at the input of the receiver. This is n naught p. Now this is the AM receiver. You can see this is the receiver amplitude modulated demodulation. In this receiver you can see the received input is ST and the noise added in channel is NT. First we pass the signal through a band pass filter. After that, in coherent demodulation we multiply with the carrier cos omega ct. Then this is the RT signal. After multiplying carrier signal, we pass complete signal through the low pass filter, and after that we use a capacitor to remove the DC component. Now we know that St is equal to AC1 plus MAXT cos omega CT. This is the equation number 1. This is the modulated signal for conventional AM. We know that the noise is mathematically represented as NIT cos omega CT minus NQ sin omega CT, where NI is the in-phase component of noise and NQ is the quadrature component of noise. So now we will find out the SNR ratio at the input of receiver. So at the input the signal is represented by equation 1 and noise is represented by equation 2. The signal power is the mean square value of the signal. We know that ST is equal to AC1 plus MAXT cos omega CT. This is the sinusoidal signal. So the power of this signal is given as, first we divided into two parts, AC cos omega CT plus AC MAXT cos omega CT. Though the power of first part is AC square by 2 and the power of second part is AC square MA square XT mean square value of XT by 2. Where xt is the modulating signal and the mean square value of xt is denoted as px. So we put the values, and the input signal power is AC square by 2 1 plus MA square px. This is the equation number 3. Input noise power, this is taken from equation number A. Here this is the equation number A. We have been calculated the noise power at the input. So directly we uh, put the values from equation A. Okay, now the SNR at the input. SNR is the ratio of signal power to the noise power at the input side. So this is represented by equation number 4. Now as we know that from the receiver circuit, the RT is the sum of input signal and noise and multiply with the carrier. So we will calculate now the value of RT. RT is equal to ST plus NT multiplied by cos omega CT. So we can see the value of RT is calculated as by the equation represented by equation number 5. So there are basically three components. This is this component and this component and this component. So component number second and number 3, this is the second and this is the 3. Both components have very high frequencies, 2 omega C. So after pass through the low pass circuit, receiver removes these two components as their frequencies are 2 omega C. So the signal y dash t is AC by 2, AC MAXT by 2 plus NIT by 2 from here. After low pass filter, you get this signal at the output of receiver. And finally, this is the DC component. We can remove this DC component by using a DC component remover or by using generally a simple capacitor. So finally YT is equal to, we get the YT at the final output is this. So there are two components. This is the signal component and this is the noise component. This is the in-phase noise component here. Now we find out the output power S0 by using this component. Again, the mean square value of this and the mean square value of xt is denoted as Px. And the noise power can be calculated by this component. The formula is same, minus b to b Ni by 2. So again Ni is equal to N0 by 2 because Ni is equal to Nq is equal to N0 by 2, same. So this is the output noise power. Now we calculate the output SNR, output signal power upon output noise power, and we get this output SNR. Now for finding the FOM, figure of merit of the receiver. Figure of merit of the receiver is defined as the ratio of SNR output to the SNR input. Put all these values, SNR output or SNR input, we find FOM is equal to MA square PX 1 plus MA square PX, where PX is the power of modulating signal. Here let assume that 100% for 100% modulation, where MA is equal to 1, FOM is equal to PX upon 1 plus PX. Now we if xt is equal to AM cos omega CT, then PX is equal to AM square by 2. This is the modulating signal actually. Put this value in the equation, then FOM is equal to AM square by 2 upon 1 plus MA square by 2 is equal to AM upon 2 plus AM square. If we let AM is equal to 1 volt, then we get FOM is equal to 1 by 3. So you can see the figure of merit for a conventional AM receiver is less than 1. That's why conventional AM receiver is not a better choice for demodulation. Thank you.